Hello, this is Michael with Iron Studio. Just making this quick video to kind of fill in some gaps of some of the information on YouTube. There's a lot of helpful videos out there, but some of them don't have quite all the answers. They'll get you awfully close, but not 100% on. And one of those things was information on building a spiral staircase. So they have a lot of info on making the steps and putting it, the steps on there and together. It's relatively simple. But the big thing was curving this darn handrail. So what I've seen two different methods of doing it in my kind of quick research. And one of them was to just buy them, have a fancy hydraulic machine that pushes the whole way through, and you do a bunch of math to figure out how to get the proper helix. I don't have that kind of tools or the math skills to figure that one out. Or the other method is what I tried and attempted, and that's what you bend these with a Harbor Freight bender, one of those, just a simple hand crank. So you bend it, and it's just a straight loop, and you weld it there, and then you ratchet strap it down, weld it, bend it down, and you kind of keep doing that process over and over. Well, in my attempts of doing that, what has happened is they bend the steps. So he's going to, this pole here is going to bend towards that one. And so they won't be square, the steps won't be right. You could probably do that if you had some stouter steps. But with this, it did not work. What did end up working, and quite well, it might take a couple people. I had my employee help me with this. You cut it into sections. So there's a seam there. That's a better view. There's a seam there. There's a seam here. And so what you do is you take, let's see, I don't know if I have it out anymore. Yeah, here it is. You got your bent tube, right? Here's your bent tube. And so you'll cut them. I did it in 2-foot sections just because it was kind of from post to post about 2 feet. It's 22 inches. But so you'll take your curved section, cut it, and then you'll put in a little stem so that you can line it up. It won't be perfect, but it'll help you line it out, and then you can use a kind of a jig like this to put them together. Some these kind of style clamps. And that really helps, and as you can see, that really worked well. And the other thing I did when I was doing that was to make sure that those posts were square, was you got to use another jig. Here it is. This guy. I know it's hard to see, but it was 22 inches, because back here, from here to here is 22. You just measure a distance top to bottom that is the same from back here to up here, back there to up there, the same distance, and then you put your 22 bar in there, and that keeps them square. Another thing you can do with that is, since you have created a square with these two marks, you can go from here to here and make sure those steps are indeed flat. and square to your pipe, and that this whole thing is a square. We've checked this one and kind of the rest of them, and they're all good. But after doing that first method with just pulling the bar down, we kind of messed up this guy. As you can see, he's not quite straight. So we're gonna have to cut those tacks and true them up. But like I said, overall that is not bad. There's gonna be a lot of grinding and welding involved, both joints, but well worth it in simplicity and looks. Another thing that I have found information on that is not on YouTube, that I see a lot of problems on, is these little Hobart welders. Good welders. Lots of good reviews, lots of good things said. But right out of the box, you might have air problems. It's gonna sputter, it's gonna die. What happens is it's not getting enough air. So what I did last time, just to complete the project, is if it's clean, or this is not, you can just take off the air filter and run it. That'll get you through your task. I haven't figured out a proper fix for it. Probably just a lighter air filter, but I'm not an engine guy, I don't know. But if you're in a jam, that'll help you at least finish the job. So you know you're sitting there 5 minutes away from finish. You got 2 tacks left. That kind of deal. Well, hope you found the information useful. Thank you very much for your time.